everyone, my name is Christina and I'm the Sales Director at Mercure Walton Hall. I am joined today here by Hannah Rose, who is one of our wedding planners that we work with quite often, and we just wanted to take you through some details and tell you a little bit more about the hotel and what it is that we love about Walton Hall, because there's so much to love about this place. So firstly, we are a 16th century manor house. We are located in the centre of the country, right in the heart of Warwickshire. Just to give a bit more insight as to the geography, we are just a stone throws away from Stratford-upon-Avon. That's about 7 miles away, which takes you about 13 to 15 minutes by car. We're very close to Warwick and Warwick Castle as well, and to Leamington too. So there are really good transport links here in terms of motorways as well as A roads. Just around the corner from junction 13 at M40. So if you are planning your wedding with us, which we hope you will be getting all of the right transport links for your guests to reach your wedding venue very easily. Now, the most important thing, we are within 65 acres of private grounds. Our grounds are absolutely stunning for photos. We are offering them to our couples to use throughout their day, regardless which area of the grounds is it that they want to take photos. They're more than welcome to go ahead and use them so they can create their memories through photography as well on the day. Our capacities can host up to 120 guests on a wedding breakfast and up to 180 to 200 for an evening reception. So we are a very good sized venue as well. And also we have 37 bedrooms within our Walton Hall, the 16th century manor house, as well as in total 197 bedrooms across the entire Walton Hall estate. On top of this, this is not everything that we have to offer. We also have a gorgeous leisure centre with 8 spa treatment rooms. So if your guests are looking to extend the weekend and make it, potentially like a 2-day or a 3-day weekend for your wedding, we do have the facilities, and they're more than welcome to go ahead and book spa days as well as small getaways with us also. Trying to think if I left anything out. I don't think so. I will take you in a moment through all of the ceremony types that we do, only because it's not only that we are a fully licensed wedding venue from a registry point of view, so this means that we can accommodate civil ceremonies, but we also have a gorgeous chapel on site as well, which is the St. James's chapel that is part of Walton and Wellesbourne parish. This means that our guests are literally walking outside Walton Hall, making their way to the chapel for their religious ceremony, and then they can just have their drinks reception outside or come back within Walton Hall, which offers a fantastic flexibility as well as commodity on your wedding day. We are also able, due to our gorgeous grounds, to go ahead and host outdoor ceremonies as well. So there is that option as well, with a beautiful rain option if the UK weather decides to play up on the day with us. So I think this is a little bit about Walton Hall in a nutshell. I can see there are quite a few questions that are popping up, so I will go through all of the questions at the end of the live video because the camera is somewhere up. So I thought, instead of going through the questions from you now, we're just going to have a quick conversation with Hannah, and I really hope you find this educational, because we are absolutely enjoying doing this. So.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, thank you for joining us.
Very.
And it's finally so good to meet you, obviously from a distance.
Yeah,
and I wasn't able to give you a hug like I usually do with our partners and clients and everything. But thank you so much for joining us.
Worries.
I really appreciate it.
Great to be here.
Fantastic. So Hannah and Walton Hall, and really myself, we've been working together, and we have been planning a really nice photo shoot coming up as well at the end of April. Because of the obvious reasons with the lockdown and everything, we couldn't bring that forward, but Hannah has put together some really nice trends and very fantastic mood boards for us. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I just think this place just has so much history. There's so much history around it, and I wanted to bring that to the photo shoot. And I think that's important you know, wherever you get married, and especially when you choose somewhere like this, is to know the history of your venue and to kind of almost bring it into the day, because that's why you want to get married somewhere like this, because of how, you know, how much beautiful architecture there is and the landscape and why it's all here today. So I think that is just in general becoming a trend that we're seeing in 2021 anyway, in general, that people are wanting something with a bit more of a story, and so, you know, when they're bringing all of their family and friends together on their day, it's somewhere that has got a tale to tell.
Absolutely. I mean, what better place than Walton Hall? I mean, we are dating from 16th century. The manor house has been part of the Lord Morden's family for centuries. Then it became, for a quite short period of time, a schoolgirl. Then it went through being a hospital. Then it was part of the Ministry of Defence as well. And then very quickly after that, it was in the possession of Danny LaRue. So there's only one thing to say, is that if walls could even talk, but we all know that, you know, the history in this place, it is absolutely amazing, and, you know, we are so lucky to have such a big impact on so many people's lives, really, on their wedding day. So now, Hannah, I know you've worked here for quite a bit of time. So I'm so happy you were able to come back, and I hope this brings back your memories.
I know, right? So it was quite a few years ago that I worked here, so it's strange that when I drove up, I was like, oh, I used to drive here every day.
I love that. Why did you like Walton Hall, and why do you like Walton Hall when you worked here?
Again, it's just, the history. When I used to show people around, it wasn't like, you didn't feel like you would have to follow a script almost to try and sell it. For a start, it sells itself. It's absolutely stunning. And, you know, when you're in the Moncrief and you just look out onto the manicured lawns, they're just absolutely beautiful spaces, and, you know, the beautiful ceilings, and it was just one of those places that I could just walk around and just talk about it forever, really. I feel like it's just, you know, obviously you've got the hotel, this is the benefit. So it's almost like you've got a countryside, stately manor house in the middle of nowhere, basically. But at the same time, you've got the hotel part, which, so you can get those incredible photos with the hall. Then you've got the hotel with all the amenities and the gym and the spa. So for your guests that need to stay over, you know, they've got all of these, you know, this access, which just makes it so much easier for you. I feel like it gives you the best of both worlds. You've got the you know, so many couples come to me and they say, we need a good location, we need accommodation because we've got guests coming from abroad, from London, from all over, and we need somewhere that's beautiful. And I feel like this encompasses everything.
Fantastic. Well, I just couldn't have said it better myself, really. And you did absolutely touch on quite a few reasons why I am absolutely in love with Walton Hall, and I just can't stop talking to our couples so much about, you know, the flexibility and the love and you know, everything that our team does for a wedding day, and there's so much work that goes into the preparation from both the couples as well as our team, and I think what makes us different from other venues and from the competition in the area as well, and why, you know, I would absolutely love more and more couples to reach out and inquire about their weddings with us. It is because we really, really care about their day, and, you know, we don't treat your wedding day like any other day. It is yours, and we make it very personable for you, and we do put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. So I mean, to work in a venue and to be associated with a venue like Walton Hall and with the amazing team, it is, you know, I think it makes all of the difference on a wedding.
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, and it's one of the trends that we're seeing this year massively, and you're probably seeing as well from your couples, is, you know, you're talking about numbers earlier and about it being personable, and I think these things are just big trends this year and are so much more important to people. I'm seeing big pies now, like people want to celebrate. They want to see their friends all around.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah, they're right, they cannot wait. So I think, you know, the fact there's the flexibility, you've got the ground space as well, and that, you know, that people can have these bigger numbers and you know, I mean, I think obviously 6 months ago we were talking about intimate celebrations and elopements. I still think they're going to be a thing to stay. I think some people, great, they love that. But I am seeing a massive trend for people wanting these bigger celebrations and longer.
Yeah.
So, you know, private dining the night before their wedding, brunches the next day, so you're making it into a bigger, longer event.
No, you are absolutely right. There are more and more couples reaching out, more and more wanting to organize their wedding during a bank holiday weekend because they can make it a weekend out of it. And the beauty of the venue is that we do have the capacity and all of the facilities to host that, which, you know, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, not only do we have the beautiful Moncrief restaurant where we have the majority of our ceremonies and the wedding breakfast, but we have an additional of 22 function spaces across the estate. So, you know, if there are any couples that want to treat a little bit the night prior to their wedding completely different, with a different feel, different theme, different everything, then the option it is absolutely there. So that's fantastic. Now there tends to be this trend right now, not only because of COVID. We will address that in a moment as well, just for, you know, to get a little bit into what we're doing for our couples as well and for their peace of mind. But there are quite a few couples that, you know, what I'm seeing from the venue's side of things is that they're very keen to work on quite a lot of flexibility. Are your couples like that as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's so much. We've been given a roadmap, but we're still not 100%. We haven't been given exact guidance.
Of course.
We haven't been given exact dates because Boris was very much saying it's as of the 21st of June that restrictions will be lifted. What that means, we're not 100% sure, and people, 100% they want that flexibility. What we need to remember as well is that people that do have family and friends abroad, we still don't have that flexibility of travel. We don't know if people are going to have to isolate. We don't know if, even if we do open the world back up again, if it is going to revert back and that we will have to do smaller celebrations again. So 100%, I think it's a really important thing right now to have flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I want to talk today anyway about COVID restrictions and about the flexibility that we have been given to our couples as well, because there are tens and tens of them that have been in the unfortunate situation where they had to, you know, look at alternatives, look at postponement dates, and there are some of them that they just want to get married and they just, you know, they're just very keen to go ahead, and guidelines or without guidelines, or have a day wedding or a split wedding, or it really doesn't matter, they just want to get married. And I think this is, you know, some of the feedback that we have received from our couples as well, that, you know, they are grateful that we met them with such huge flexibility, because, you know, we understand that a wedding driven by guidelines is not necessarily for everyone, but equally there are a number of people out there that they do want to go ahead and have an intimate wedding, and we have actually had the majority of our couples going for that option, but also completely, you know, having a second wedding for a year from now, for example. Or if they wanted to, you know, go ahead and split their wedding for during the day, and then come back in 2022 and have their evening celebration as well with us. So you know, the options that we have been giving to our couples are quite few and are very, very, very flexible. So you know, and on top of everything, we have been very, very lucky to have been able to stay and be open throughout the pandemic as well. So for the couples that are thinking to stay inquire with us or wanted to go ahead with a more intimate wedding, now that's absolutely fine, because we are ready to keep everyone safe. And there's, you know, so much work that went into that. So that is very exciting.
And I love it when people are doing the, you know, they're going ahead, they're getting married, so they're having that celebration day with their, you know, because actually, even if you can have 15 people, when was the last time you actually sat in a room as 15 people, you know, with your immediate family? So it's nice, that means so much, and honestly, and you probably agree, the intimate weddings you've done, they're so emotional, and the emotion in the room, and then to have that a massive celebration next year once we can again, just hi. I actually like that you've got those two different events, two different days. It works really well.
I
think as well, it's what really is really great here as well is that you're aware and you've carried on doing those weddings and ones within the guidelines, and you are set up ready for it, because I feel like even when it comes to, if it happens on the 21st of June, we can do weddings as we want. I think what people, when they're planning, and a really good tip for couples, is that they need to think that regardless of what Boris says, it might not be what people feel comfortable with. So your guests may, we haven't been in groups of people for a long time, so I think it's good to take that on board during your planning and make sure that your guests feel comfortable. Yeah. So things like that you guys have been doing, and allowing, having masks and hand sanitizer around the venue. You've got plenty of space outside so people can get fresh air, so they feel more comfortable in big groups. Yeah, absolutely. So sorry, Hannah, I've just received a message that the people who are following us can't see our screen, so I'm just quickly going to try and sort that out, because there's some really beautiful photos that we've put up there. But if not, if I can just direct everyone to our Facebook profile, so you can find us under Mercure Walton Hall, and after this live session I will also post a really nice offer for intimate weddings as well as with larger celebrations as well, and I will just post all of this lovely video that I have created today as well, so everyone can take a look at it, and I will also post everything in the comments as well, going through each one of them. So very sorry you're not able to see it, but I promise I will rectify that as soon as I can. Technology, isn't it?
I know.
Even a year later we're still, and I feel like Zoom has just got so busy. Every time I'm on a Zoom call, everybody's on a Zoom call and the connection's not great, and
Yeah, absolutely. So we definitely miss having a face-to-face wedding fair here at Walton Hall. Now I get the question quite often if if we work with any local suppliers, or if we are allowing our couples to bring in their own suppliers. So I really wanted to address that, because I think the suppliers on a wedding day, they are just as very important of an element of the day as anything else can be. So Walton Hall is already an absolutely gorgeous building. The ceremony room and the wedding breakfast room, it features beautiful crystal chandeliers, very large floor to ceiling windows, so it is already an extremely elegant room. But if the couples do want to go ahead and prefer to have additional suppliers for room decor, then that's absolutely fine. We do have a number of our own suppliers that we work with, which we can recommend. However, the couples are more than welcome to bring in their own preference as well. So I just wanted to get a little bit of an idea from you, because I know you are working as a wedding planner. You are working quite a lot with suppliers, and I would quite like to address this, because I think it is a very important element. It is a very important element of the day. So I suppose the question is really how important it is to your couples to have that flexibility versus a little bit of inspiration from the venue side versus what they can do as well.
Yeah, I think it is so important. I think it's always great when a venue have got a selection of suppliers, because then you know that they're trusted and you know that they know the venue. You haven't got to have questions such as access and times, because they've worked here before, so they know all of that. But at the same time, the photographer that you may recommend, it may not necessarily, and that's that's nothing against them, but that relationship is so important with your wedding suppliers. It doesn't matter how good they are, it doesn't matter what they offer, you need to have a good relationship with them, because you're going to be communicating with these people for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, however long your wedding planning process is. So it's so vital that they communicate in a way with you that you like, they communicate quick enough, and that you agree with their business morals and their ethos, and just the people that they are, and that you get on as people. So I think it's great to have a starting ground, but also to be able to look for your own as well, and having that flexibility is great. You've also got, you know, different styles. It may be that you want something more rustic or more elegant, or you know, there might be a particular style that you want. So it could be that you want something a bit different, especially with photographers. There's so many different styles.
There's so many different styles. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But you know, just like the photography, what I'm hearing from our couples, and one of the things that, you know, they're very keen to go ahead and book with us. It is another, well, it is probably my favorite element of a wedding or an event, which is the food.
Oh, well, yeah,
so
that's the most
I
important
just don't think we talk enough about the food. And some of the feedback that we are receiving, actually all of the feedback that we are receiving on our food and on the wedding breakfast, it is again how absolutely delicious it is, and how much everyone has enjoyed their food whilst having their wedding here. Now, we are very, very lucky here at Walton Hall that we work with some very open-minded chefs. They're extremely creative. They're very keen to work very much, you know, in offering that elegance and that traditionality to the wedding breakfast meal. However, for example, we have a couple that have had a call with them last evening actually, and they just want to make their wedding even more personable and just completely remove that, you know, the traditional wedding breakfast element, and they want an all around the world wedding meal instead. So, you know, to us to receive that feedback that, you know, the food is very important, and we do offer the couples the option to have a conversation with our operations manager, with our chef as well, and just, you know, put their heads together and just work very, very closely to make sure that their day gets to the best possible day for them, really. I just wanted to see, have you seen that trend as well with your couples?
Massively, yeah. And even before COVID happened, that, you know, people want something that's a bit more interactive, so like sharing platters and, you know, charcuterie boards which look beautiful. So you put it down, it's almost like food art.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff, you know, that people can kind of pick into. It's not like a traditional, this is your starter, this is your main, this is your dessert. You know, it's a bit more interactive. It gets people talking, and it's just a bit more informal. And I feel like this is going to be an even bigger trend now, is that people want something that's a bit more laid back, because all they want to do is enjoy the time with their friends and family. They want to drink good wine, they want to eat good food, and they want to enjoy each other's company. That's more important now to people. So yeah, I think it was already starting to come in anyway, a little bit more informal food, and I think it's just gonna be it's gonna be out there quite a lot more. And it's fantastic news that we absolutely love to work with the couples on that. So that's even better. Okay, well, Hannah, thank you again so much for joining us today. I'm just going to quickly recap some of the details that I covered at the beginning of the live, in case there were people joining us a little bit later. I will go this afternoon through all of the questions they have asked, so thank you so much for taking the time to join us. You can find us on Facebook, which is Mercure Warwickshire Walton Hall Hotel and Spa. I will also be posting immediately after this live one of our wedding offers, which is pretty much in line with what is going on out there in the wider environment at the moment. And I will also be posting the video that has been playing very beautifully behind me, so you can all take a look at it as well, following the live video. I will post this in the comments as well as on our website, and sorry, I meant our Facebook website and on our Instagram profile as well. Again, my name is Christina. I'm the sales director here, and I would absolutely love to hear from you and to hopefully get together and organize your wedding day here with the rest of the team at Walton Hall. So thank you again for joining us. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us again. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you very soon.